Hello and welcome to VCC TV. This is Aarti Singh and we have with us today Prabhjeet Singh, who is Uber India Strategy Head. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Prabhjeet, demonetization is the hottest topic today in India, and internet companies like Uber, Paytm, and Ola, they were supposed to be the main beneficiaries of this move. So, can you tell us, how the move impacted Uber in terms of active user base, in terms of rides? If you can just walk us through that.
We used to have multiple digital wallet options from the beginning. You could pay through credit cards, debit cards. We've had a wallet option for the longest time. And last year, we had also introduced option for riders to pay through cash. I think we continue to believe users should have choice. And by enabling those choices, when the demonetization event happened, riders could choose from an alternate method in case they wanted to. So we, for example, encouraged riders to adopt digital payment methods. We also ran specific campaigns encouraging them to do that. We also made sure that our driver partners, who are the other stakeholder in the ecosystem in which we operate, are able to operate seamlessly by us educating the riders that they should carry loose change in case they want to take a cash trip. And in case they want to use a digital payment method, that option is always available and very seamlessly available for the riders. So
did you see any surge in the rides active users based pre and post demonetization? Is there any number to that?
I think we have continued to see consistent growth in the ridership and new drivers joining our platform. And in general, we saw more people wanting to use the service, given we had multiple digital payment options always available.
So how many drivers do you have on your platform in India?
We have more than 400,000 driver partners associated with our platform, of which a very large proportion drive with us on a weekly basis. Some of the driver partners drive with us with a lower frequency.
Will you be able to tell us about the number of rides that you are making currently a day?
It's tough to give a specific number, but we've consistently been growing very rapidly across all the cities, and we're seeing growth across all our products, whether it be a four-wheeler product, which is whether it's Uber Go or UberX. We also have a two-wheeler and the three-wheeler offering in specific markets, and we're seeing significant growth across all of them. Most exciting for me is the growth which we are seeing on our ride-sharing product, which is UberPool, where we encourage riders who are going in a similar direction to opt into pool and thereby share a ride in that direction. What that lets us do is take one car off the road by enabling more people to take the same car. And from a rider perspective, pass on the benefits and make it a much more cheaper ride. And from the driver partners, also enable them to have the car, which is the asset, utilized a lot more. So we're seeing growth across all of them, and we're kind of confident of seeing that growth over the next few months and years also.
Can you tell us about the cities that is really doing well for Uber India?
It's like asking somebody who has two kids who's doing better. I think it's in our case, we have 29 cities. We operate in 29 cities in India. Naturally, the largest cities for us are the big metros. For example, Delhi and Bangalore are two of our largest markets. And we continue to see growth across both metros and some of the smaller cities. What is interesting is for some of the larger cities where we have UberPool, which are 6 cities where UberPool is now active. Delhi and Bangalore were the first 2 cities where we started UberPool about 12 months back, and since then we have launched it to other cities. We now see more than 20% of the rides, and in certain cases almost a quarter of the rides in the city are on UberPool.
Now coming to Uber India's plans, strategy, if we talk about for this year, for the next 2 years. So can you share some of the big announcements that we can expect this year?
I think the 2 or 3 of the priorities for us in the next few months will be on the rider side to make our rider experience even more seamless and make it a much more smarter experience through changes in the rider app. We will have unique features like destination first, where you would be encouraged to enter your destination, and then we will offer multiple options which you can choose from, and make it a much more seamless experience, because we recognize at the end of the day when you're opening an Uber app, it is to get from point A to point B. Other features will also become as part of that will be things like calendar integration or people as destination. We have already recently launched features which we will be looking to scale up, which are very unique features, especially which many Indian riders ask for. For example, schedule a ride. There are many riders who would want the comfort of having blocked a ride and scheduled a ride much in advance. For example, we had feedback where riders who had early morning flights wanted to pre-schedule an Uber the night before. So schedule a ride is a feature which we have rolled out, which we're looking to scale up. Or dial an Uber is again a feature for the rider side. I think the second big focus for us will be on the driver side, and we are looking to focus on scaling up and making our platform attractive for as an entrepreneurial opportunity for hundreds and thousands of people who are looking to grow in their lives and find independent operating opportunities. The third element is what you'll hear more and more from us is what we do for the cities is our laser focus on ride sharing as a future of urban mobility. We spoke about UberPool. We'll continue to scale Pool in the cities it operates in and potentially take it to other cities.
Is there any new product that you'll be coming up this year?
I think we continue to innovate consistently based on our riders' feedback and our driver partners' feedback. Even today as we speak, India is the only country where we provide a service on 2 wheels, 3 wheels and 4 wheels, which is a response to the unique needs of the market. I think if you look at the products for 2017, we recently launched UberMoto in Hyderabad when Travis Kalanick, our co-founder, was in India 3 weeks back. We look to scale that service. We believe it provides an additional, more convenient and more affordable options, and more importantly, a last mile connectivity option to the existing public transport infrastructure. So we'll continue to look at that product and continue to scale that. We also will continue to scale UberPool as a product, and also continue to make improvements in our existing services.
You talked about the two-wheeler service, that bike taxi, and recently we did a story where we found out that Uber has shut down their bike taxi service in Faridabad region, if I'm not wrong. So how true is that? I mean, so are you just testing and testing your services in some of the cities, and then how the response you are getting for your bike taxi service?
So we have right now UberMoto has been active in the city of Gurgaon already and is seeing fantastic traction. There are thousands of riders and drivers who are using the service and is providing a fantastic last mile connectivity, especially, for example, the biggest use case is last mile from metro stations or to metro stations, and we are seeing a fantastic response to that. We continue to be active in Faridabad as we speak. We are looking to continue to add more drivers who would be joining UberMoto and more riders who will be using that service in that geography. And we have already launched a service in Hyderabad, and we'll continue to evaluate more cities to scale up that service.
How do you see your competition with Ola? And when we talk about Ola, they continue claiming that they do like most number of rides. They are way ahead than Uber in India.
At the outset, Aarti, at Uber, we look at our biggest competition as private car ownership. At the end of the day, we believe technology can help solve core challenges on urban mobility. Having said that, competition within the category itself, we believe competition and choice is good for consumers. It makes us innovate better. We respect our competition.
Ola founder recently, made a very interesting comment by asking government's help, to battle with foreign rivals like Uber. So how do you see that?
We continue to be obsessed with our riders and drivers as the stakeholders and not with competition.
how big is the Indian cab aggregation market? Do you have any number on the size of the market?
I think as per our estimates, and these could evolve over a period of time, private point-to-point transportation is more than a $13 to $14 billion market, and app-based service providers like ourselves are still a very small part of that, which is an indicator of how big the opportunity is for us to serve the cities better.
Where does Uber stands in terms of market share? Do you have any numbers on that?
We continue to believe that the growth which we are seeing, the feedback which we are getting from riders and drivers consistently tells us that we are the preferred operator for a large segment of riders and drivers.
Uber last year made an announcement of putting in around $1 billion into the Indian market. So is there any a detail that you can tell us how much money has been invested so far in the country and how much more are you planning to put in 2017?
I think the way I look at India is a priority market for Uber. In fact, as a country, India is the second largest market in which Uber operates after the US, which is an indicator of how much we are investing in the market and helping provide a superior experience to the riders and drivers. As part of investments in India, we have expanded our footprint now to 29 cities. We have launched multiple services. We have also built our R&D and engineering center in Bangalore, and that's scaling up very quickly. We also have a center of excellence in the city of Hyderabad, and that's scaling up rapidly. We also continue to find ways to partner with different stakeholders in the ecosystem, whether it be OEMs, whether it be state governments, whether it be initiatives with the armed forces, as we said, which is our sign of commitment and investment in the market. I think across all those dimensions is a good indicator that how India is a market in which we continue to invest. I will not have specific numbers at this stage.
Now coming to the policy, we have seen cab aggregators getting into the policy issues with multiple state governments, especially Delhi and Bangalore, Karnataka. So, can you tell us about there are some licensing issues, surge pricing issues. So how do you see that? I mean, what are the policy issues that you're facing in this country currently?
The recent central advisory guideline, I think, is a good testament to and a recognition of the impact which services like ourselves have had on the riders, the drivers, and the cities.
So the problems, related to surge pricing, has that been solved?
Dynamic pricing as a tool is an integral part of platform-led business models like Uber. The reason we have had dynamic pricing exists is to enable reliability of a service. I think we continue to see a deep understanding and recognition that dynamic pricing has enabled the business model to succeed and scale up, and it is something which will continue to make the model more efficient.
The most recent, development in the cab aggregation space is the strike by the driver partners. We are seeing it in Hyderabad, and we have also seen it in Bangalore.
Driver partners are a very critical stakeholder. In fact, there's internally in Uber, we often talk about, I think Travis himself encourages us to think like that we believe in giving hugs to drivers, because at the end of the day, they are the reason why Uber is able to provide those services to our riders. I think we consistently are engaging with our driver partners to ensure we get their feedback, both on the product, on the support we provide to them, any incentives which are running, and we continue to take feedback and engage with them to understand that better.
They were earlier earning around 70 to 80,000 a month. Now it has come down to around 15 to 20,000. So are hugs important?
I don't think, and I have specific insight on the numbers and on the numbers you just quoted, but we are very committed to ensuring there is significant earning opportunities for independent entrepreneurs, which are our driver partners who associate with the platform.
It was a pleasure talking to you, Prabhjeet. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aarti.